About me, I'm getting this money, I'm getting this money. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. It's settled like patience, waiting room full of patience, and they all slither by me. Yeah, they on that snake shit. I medicated them all. I talk less and just fall. I'm just trying to rise, but they rather me fall. These hoes cry and they crawl. I guess I should be gracious. I'm on a quest for greatness. Can't give you none of my time. Baby, why would you waste it? Oh, you know I get wasted, blaze it face to face, just face it. We on something legendary. They know I'm psycho, they know I might go. Throw it back a fifth and cut off them lights, ho. My goons stay cold, cause I got that nice flow. We got a duffel bag, baby, and that cargo. I got a diamond where my motherfucking heart go. You say you be everywhere, but nowhere I go. I take it there one time though, but you don't get credit for my motherfucking shine though. Shine though, shine though. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. I'm getting this money, I'm getting this money. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me. I'm getting this money, I'm getting this money. Fuck what they say, fuck what they say, fuck what they say about me.
Good evening, Queen. Good evening. Hello, Queen. Yeah, I heard about the snow going on.
What you gonna do?
In a few cities.
You gonna cry? Your man, ain't you?
I'll stay warm now.
You gonna stand, you gonna fight, you gonna give up or cry. When you fall, you gonna get up on fingers a little die. You gonna stand, you gonna fight, you gonna give up or cry. When you fall, you gonna get up on fingers a little die. Look, I ain't trying to be all conscious of shit, but people are zombies and they ain't conscious of shit. How often I spit, I'm just trying to relate. Somehow, love turns into hate, quick and easy. The village falls apart when they say they don't need me. Everybody wants to be the man without the plots and plans. You sit idle, talk big shit like Fido. What happened to acts speak louder than words. I know these little turds wanna be the shit and all the wrong things. Give a fuck attitude, but suffer from what it brings. I sip my tea, do my own thing, but my dream is to have a team moving like a machine, doing it smoothly. These new cats are so unruly, having kids growing up at the same time. More concerned for turning up than making the honest. But come on, young man, I'm calling you out. Stand the fuck up. You gon' stand, you gon' fight, you gon' give up or cry. When you fall, you gon' get up on fingers a little die. You gon' stand, you gon' fight, you gon' give up or cry. When you fall, you gon' get up on fingers a little die. You gon' stand, you gon' fight, you gon' give up or cry. When you fall, you gon' get up on fingers a little die. You gon' stand, you gon' fight, you gon' give up or cry. When you fall, you gon' get up on fingers a little die. Life is hard, I know.
Hey, Tommy.
But simple at the same time. If you move methodically slow, calculate your steps and man, get some knowledge in that can. Cause yes, you can instead of pointing fingers. Cause everybody, well, most people's road is tough. Some neighborhoods demand that you hold some stuff. But change is more than coins. Your movement should dictate your noise. This little girls and drugs gon' fuck you up. I'ma give you to you straight, nigga, try to wake you up. Fake talk easy, I'm trying to relate to you, bruh. I ain't have my pop either, that just make me tough and be the best dad I can. Nobody had to wake me up. I looked around and decided to rearrange some stuff. Be my own man. When I fall, get up. Ain't no quit in me. I'm go hard till my time is up. Fight, you gon' give up or cry. When you fall, you gon' get up on fingers a little die. You gon' stand, you gon' fight, you gon' give up or cry. When you fall, you gon' get up on fingers a little die. You gon' stand, you gon' fight, you gon' give up or cry. When you fall, you gon' get up on fingers a little die. You gon' stand, you gon' fight, you gon' give up or cry. When you fall, you gon' get up on fingers a little die.
Yes, yes, y'all. For the few people having a chat, how are you doing? How's your day going so far? Since you do know what you are tuning into, you can go ahead and hit that like button if you like. Share, subscribe if you like. If not, hey, I'm gonna do what I do anyway. Anyway, let's see here. Okay, you're supposed to. All right. Cool. How's everybody doing? So far today. I'm doing pretty good. I'm all up in your face. Let's see here. And I'm doing good. You know, another day. I hate fall. It makes the days go so, well, it's kind of like the day goes slow because the night is so long. And I'm a late night person, so I'll be looking up at like 10 and it's like, it been dark for 5 hours. What am I doing? Whoa. But it does provide for more sleep for me. So I do sleep more because you know, it's over faster. Everything is calm faster, a little sooner. So yes. Now, what I wanted to do, if you guys look in the description section, you have like a little outline. I didn't time it because I didn't want to restrict myself or have gaps in the time. So it's just like a little layout of how the show's gonna go. 2-song intro. I'll do a current event. Obviously, say hi. How are you doing? Let you know how I'm doing. And after that, then we'll do some poetry. You know, recorded poetry where they get the credit there in the description section in no particular order. Then I'll do my personal poetry, and then we'll do the interactive poetry. I'll leave off with a few words of wisdom. After those few words of wisdom, that'll be the last you hear of me, and then I'll play the 2-song outro, which I'll get from you guys by request before we obviously get to that point. So what I want to do is talk about this current event, positive thing that, you know, we don't hear about too much, right? There is a Black woman who has become the first of her kind to earn a PhD in nuclear engineering from MIT. Now, y'all know MIT is one of the big time tech schools. I think even if you're invited, you still got to go through some rigorous course to be accepted. That is one of the top-notch schools. You got somebody that look kind of like you a little bit, who represents you, is say it that way, who could say that she ingratiated that stage and earned a PhD. Now, this did go back to June 8th, but it is still relevant information to me. Her name, and you guys can look this up as well. She's a 30-year-old named Marina Robinson Snowden. She walked across the commencement stage at Massachusetts Institute of Technology on June 8th, became the first Black woman to earn a PhD in nuclear engineering from the university. Obviously, she's super grateful. Now, we don't get to hear about stories like this too much in the news. You would hear about the missing girl, the raped girl, the girl who killed her boyfriend, walked in on her boyfriend cheating. You're gonna hear all these other stories before you hear positive things. So that's my job here. If I'm gonna exist on a platform or have an existence anywhere where there's people looking at me, towards me, to me, from me, then I'm gonna just be positive with it. You know, there's enough room for all that other shit, as you guys are pretty sure are well aware. Even though we may not be active subs and looking like this, we're paying attention. And it just opens up the gate and gives a lot of room for what I'm trying to do, have been doing, will be doing. And that's just being positive, and obviously by way of poetry. So yeah, look her up. Her name again is, let me see, Marina Robinson Snowden. I think all you would have to do is look up the first Black MIT graduate with a PhD in nuclear engineering, and I think you'd be well fed there. That's pretty good stuff. All right, just in case, I'll have this set up because my one device is dying, but I like the Bluetooth is set up too. But I have a backup set up just in case. So if it stops, I'll restart it with the other. Okay. 2 poets. I have 3 there in the description section, but I'm gonna elect to only play 2. And they're very powerful, male perspective and female perspective. And I think you'll like it. First, we're gonna do the letter to the woman. Shout out Dan Man. You can hit him up at Dan Man Squad here on YouTube. And Squad promo.
The silent screams coming right next to a black woman. A beautiful creature, not an animal. Aesthetically pleasing exterior, so tangible. I know. There should never be question about compatibility. You hold me down, I hold you up. That's what it's supposed to be. Look and see we've lost our way from back in the day. The wounds is partially healed, and the scars still remain today. They say, you educate a man, you educate an individual. Educate a woman and you educate a nation. One of our downfalls is lack of communication. Too much pride, too much self-gratification. Be the queen that you are and you will attract that king. Be that significant change you want to be happening. But we must break the mental chains that we're still shackled in. There's a war going on outside, our battles within. Break the cycle, trace the historical origins of our mindset. Divide and conquer by design is how the team said. I'm silent screaming because we are disconnected. Our mutual perceptions of each other are all infected. Only scratching the surface of truth is never dissected. Distorted understandings of logic is left neglected. Our children are not suffering from the games that we play. Cussing and arguing is that communicate. Work with me. Why you fighting me? Why the spite for me? I'm out here in the system and these guys eye on me. I can't rely on you because you think you can't rely on me. Social media documenting our activity. Them are stereotypes that give me some credibility. You ain't gonna look at me like I'm the light. If we don't build each other up, where's our stability? We should empower each other to glory, be its epitome. No, I ain't gone soft. By no means is this flattery. I'd rather be guilty of loving you than be guilty of assault and battery. Your pessimistic viewpoint of me is not reality. And no, I don't do miracles, practice magic, rock at me. Did you know sometimes that you make me feel lonely? The house is like a war zone, supposed to be homely. The road's already cold, colder when you don't console me. You wonder why I sometimes feel that this love is phony. There's more to life than status, materials or that big wage. Our children in our homes need us both to be on that same page. And not repeating history, but breaking shackles, we are not slaves. But we will die that way if our ignorance is taken to our graves. Let's quiet our egos, humble ourselves, just listen. Conflict between us doesn't mean that I should go to prison. Separate our family equation like it's in long division. Subtracting from our kids, replacing me with a television. If we ain't breaking cycles, then we just on some repetition. Our people need some vision for us to make some better decisions. No, this ain't even a song. It's just my perception of where we're going wrong. No, this was never a song. Calling it how I see it, cause it's gone on too long.
Deep, deep, deep. Nice. This one, I think it's just as. Give me a second. Go back. All right. This is called I Will Wait For You. Also, I wanted to say really
Experience
quick,
Control GX for men.
I looked over in that chat and it got really warm and happy. Just reading and who put what I read and the conversations. It doesn't really matter what's being said. What matters is that it's being said. That was dope. Just the peer over there. I almost stopped the poem to do it. Yes.
The first
This is the
shampoo.
weather too. Y'all gotta be on all those little antidotes and home remedies. Y'all know. It's that time. And let me say this. Old as we are now, we can feel when we getting cold. And pretty much when you're getting a cold, sneezing and all that, you've already been sick. It's coming out of your body. So at this point, we should be doing preventive measures, being proactive. The season's coming around. Your sweaters, temperatures, and not being out in the cold and stuff like that, and just having it. Maybe it ain't cold yet, but just have it to where it's warm before the cold comes, and you don't feel it how you would. It's always better to cool down than have to heat up. to me. All right. I will wait for you, says Jeanette.
So it seemed that it was cool for everyone to be in a relationship but me. So I took matters into my own hands and ended up with him.
Oh, I just want to say this. Remember back in the day when I said, I mentioned different benefits of staying small. That close-knit family, you ain't got to worry. I can't keep eyes on 1,500 people, and I can't get personal with 1,500 people. I can be personal with you. We can go back and forth. We can apologize. We can amend. We can keep going with what we're doing, because in order for us to validate where our time has been, that's what we're supposed to do, because we're being positive and we're trying to be examples of what that is. And yeah, so there's something to be said about the whole process. Everybody can hang their hats on some part of it, even the negative people, but we are small but just as mighty.
Him who displayed the characteristics of a cheater, a liar, an abuser, and a thief. So why was I surprised when he broke into my heart? I called 911, but I was cardiac arrested for aiding and abetting, because it was me who let him in, claiming we were just friends. It was already decided for me by the first date that even if he wasn't, I was gonna make him the one. I was tired of being alone, and I simply made up in my mind that it was about that time, so I decided to drag him along for the ride, because I was always the bridesmaid and never the bride. Virgin in the physical, but mentally just a grown woman on the corner in heat who was tired of the wait. So I was gonna make him the one. He had a form of godliness, but not much. But hey, I can change him, so I'll take him. I mean, he's close enough. Ready to sell my aorta for a quarter, not knowing the value of its use to me. Arteries so clogged with my will, it blocked his will from flowing through me. So I thank Christ that his blood pressure gave this heart an attack that flatlined my obscured vision, put me flat on my back. Through my ignorance, he saw. So through my sternum, he sawed and cracked open my chest to transplant Psalms 51:10. A new heart and a renewed right spirit within. So now I fully understand, better yet, I thoroughly comprehend how much I need to wait for you. See, the bad thing is that I knew he was in you from the beginning. Because in the beginning was the word, and he didn't even sound or shine like your son. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks, and all he could whisper was sweet, empty nothings. Which meant nothing. He couldn't even pray what I needed him to. Asking him to fast would be absurd, so forget about being cleansed and washed with water through the word. But I know you are already praying for me. Even never having met me, let me assure you, I will wait for you. I will no longer date, socialize, or communicate with carbon copies of you to appease my boredom or to quench my thirsty desire for attention and short-lived compliments from sorta kindas. He's sorta kinda right, but sorta kinda wrong. His first name Luke, his last name Wong. I won't settle for false companionship. I won't lay in the embrace of his arms, attempting to find some closeness, but never feeling so far apart, because I just want to be held. Because all I gotta do is say no. No more almost sessions of almost coming close, passing winks and buying drinks, and I'm a flirt who flirts with the ideology of, can you just tell me how much I can get away with and still be saved? No more. I'll stay in my bed alone and write poems about how I will wait for you. come close. Our fingers won't even interlock. We won't even exchange breath, because I have thoughts that I've saved as a father God has only equipped you to open. I will no longer get weighted down from so-called friends and family talks about the concern for my biological clock when I serve the author of time.
I'll be right there.
Who is not subject to time, but I'm subject to him. He has the ability to stop, fast forward, pause, or rewind at any given time. So if we could role play, you would be Abraham and I would be Sarah. Or you could be Isaac and I could be Rebecca, a servant's answered prayer. I am bone of your bone, flesh of your flesh, made up of your rib, Adam. And once we meet, like electrons, I will be bound to your nucleus, completely indivisible atom. We even speak the same math. 1 + 1 + 1 = 3, which really equals 1 if you add them. We were all created in his image, but you have the ability to reflect, project, and even detect the sun. If I were to explain what you look like, you would have to look like a star, a son of the sun. I would gain energy simply from the light that you shine on me. I would need you in order to complete my photosynthesis. I await your revelation, but once again from the Genesis, I will wait for you. And I will know you, because when you speak, I will be reminded of Solomon's wisdom. Your ability to lead will remind me of Moses. Your faith will remind me of Abraham. Your confidence in God's word will remind me of Daniel. Your inspiration will remind me of Paul. Your heart for God will remind me of David. Your attention to detail will remind me of Noah. Your integrity will remind me of Joseph. And your ability to abandon your own will remind me of the disciples. But your ability to love selflessly and unconditionally will remind me of Christ. But I won't need to identify you by any special Matthews or any special marks, because this word will be tatted all over your heart.
Okay.
And you will know me, and you will find me where the boldness of Esther meets the warm closeness of Ruth, where the hospitality of Lydia is aligned with the submission of Mary, which is engulfed in the tears of Hannah. I will be the one drenched in Proverbs 31, waiting for you.
That voice is so heavy and powerful.
But to my Father who has known me before I was birthed into this earth, only if you should see fit. I desire your will above mine, so even if you call me to a life of singleness, my heart is content with you, the one who has sinned. You are the greatest love story ever told, the greatest love ever known. You are forever my judge, and I'm forever your witness. And I pray that I'm always found on a mission about my Father's business. I will always be yours, and I will always wait for you, Lord, more than the watchmen wait for the morning. More than the watchmen wait for the morning, I will wait.
I tried and told y'all, give it up for genetics. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was deep. Snap, snap. Her name was Jeanette. If you look in the description section, it's right there. It's I picked 3 of them. I did 2 out of the 3, but she's there. Yeah. So if you like one of those, then you got a little freebie there that you could tune into as well. I'm looking for I don't know. All I did was go to the bathroom. So maybe it's in the bathroom. Misplaced my lighter. And I got this old lighter here that just don't work. Yes. There are, let's do it like this. There's people who do poetry. And there are poets. There are people that when they walk, talk, and when they do what they do, it's poetic. Whereas you can hear people trying to be. So I don't come from that school. You can hear it, like it sound good. Like if somebody else said that, it would have sounded great. Or if you would have had this tone or this delivery, the words, you know what I mean? Floetry. That's the key word right there. Not everybody got that shit. Not everybody got hustle. You could give some people the same. Here's a stack of these, and here's a stack of these to you, and one person to go out there and be a superstar with it because he just got it in him, and then the other person just doesn't. Bottom line, you can stop at the middle of one of them lines, but you ain't gonna get the truth. All right, I'm gonna do 2 poems. They're not gonna be as long as you usually go. Okay, thank you. One's really short, but it's really potent, right? So we're gonna do this real quick. Y'all don't go nowhere. All right. I don't know where that static coming from, but all right, that's where it's coming from. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. If you can hear me, if I sound okay. Okay, the name of this poem is Forgive, Live. What happened to my bad? I apologize. I'm sorry. They lied when they said words wouldn't harm me. I realized I am the biggest threat to my growth, and they didn't warn me. And when I make a mistake, they all jump on me. Guilty of yet the same thing, fighting in the same ring and act in the same circus, negligent of how the scene is seen from the outside. But you can outpride me. To me, that's impossible. Impossible for you to outshine me. Truth is, I let the truth live because the truth gives me peace. Truth is, if I forgive you, I can live a better me. Because even kids know how to apologize and rid the beef. Adults put up a facade, afraid to be the anchor of peace. Hold up, let me speak. No need to preach, but I swear to God, I'm just a beacon. I just want to spread love and positivity. I forgive all who talk bad on my name and disrespect me. I look straight, never mind the hate. I forgive and live the best me. That's called Forgive, Live. This one is much shorter, but if your mind is long as mine's is, then you can fill in the blanks or let it be what it is, because the blanks are filled in with understanding. And then you allow those blanks just to be what they are. And I do want to make this longer, but something told me to stop writing right there and let the impact of these 5 lines do what they do. The name of this is I Just Haven't Found My Equal Yet. We do not like what we need and love what hurts us. I agree, I love what most men love. At the same time, I'm a little different. Because if we can't be different and look just like them, then we can't exist then. I haven't found my equal yet. The reason to me why this one was a little significant is because in order for us to be, we would have to be on the same plane. But although we are the same, we would have to be different from what I see. And if I feel like what I'm going to see is going to be the same thing between you and me, then we just can't be, because what I have by myself, I can't attain nowhere else. And I like where I'm at. So you would have to come match this, or we have to scratch that. And perhaps I can't go on because I haven't found my equal yet. At this time, I'm gonna leave a couple of I'm not gonna leave a couple. I'm gonna ask you guys to leave a song or two that you want me to play. I'm gonna pick 2 of them, and that will be my outro while I'm giving you a few words of Sean wisdom. Gotcha. Now, I'm very happy that I've elected to go the route that I'm going with my existence here on YouTube. I'm very happy that I made the decisions that I made when I made them. And I'm also content with the fact that my growth isn't predicated upon numbers. It's on sheer existing. It's on sheer comeback. It's the idea that you go find another person on YouTube who gonna go live knowing he only gonna be talking to maybe 5 people. And it's been that way for the last 6 months. You show me a group that has butted heads, and that nucleus of that group have been able to come back together. You show me a more upright channel holder who's maintained the exact stance I've had since day one. I've allowed you ladies to not only feel like, but you've been treated like queens, adored, pedestaled, and promoted, and we're gonna always keep that thing going. I've said it from the beginning, so I'm not like, nothing like blows my mind. Like, I'm not like, wow, that's happening. I was protecting me and you from the things that are going on now because I seen it. I observed it. I knew things that didn't matter that I knew, so it didn't matter that you knew that I knew. But it's just crazy to look back and see everything happening. And it just makes me love where I'm at and who I'm doing it with even more. This thing that we're doing, and especially since I've had my platform, I've established how and who and what. And like Ziz said earlier, ain't nothing ever really stopped. It's called time out. It's called let the dust settle. It's called let us be right about some of the things that we said. Let us be right about some of the things that were said to me and that I've said to you. And we step back because we actually really do have real lives and live them. But we really come back because what we really had was real in our life. You get what I'm saying? So we could take a break, but we're going to come right back to what we was, where we was, how we were, because what it is is. Right? I might be able to play one song, but I'm going to leave y'all with this. when you tune in to Sean, just know that I'm trying to feed your spirit with something positive, put something good on your mind. And if I can't do that, then we'll just come back and do it the next time. Because I do you nor myself any good if I can't come up and do exactly what I set out to do. You guys, again, much love all the time, every time. Like I said too, if this dies, then y'all know. Y'all were prepared, basically. I need to hurry up before it. Basically, while I'm looking for this, I could tell y'all the phone basically gets too hot and it will die. But it will die on somebody's favorite song. Much love. If I feel like it, I might come back up a little later just to do some music. Maybe some poetry, recorded poetry. You know, I hate leaving y'all. I love coming to you. So I'll be back.
I wanna love you. Baby, my girl. I wanna trust you. Give you the world. I wanna give you my everything in me.
And wherever you are, shout out to you, Crescent.
And be your king.
And Jamie. Remember, I told y'all, you got some people who just don't like drama at all. And they came to this one positive place after leaving that negative shit and didn't know when it was going to leave. And so they're not dictated by coming or leaving based on when it comes and leaves. So shout out Pretty Pittsburgh, shout out Crescent, and shout out the lovely Jamie. Everybody else kind of peeks their head in and out when they want to. So. Oh, and I said that to say, I know Jamie peeks her head in. You know what I mean? I spoke with her recently. She's doing great, doing good, catching up on life. She'll be back. Thank you, Queens, again. I love you. And I would hate to be the one on the other side where I'm saying that to. Especially when I got somebody like you that I can say, I love you too. No, but seriously, you guys have a great night, a great evening. Stay away from the cold. Let the snow be pretty from a distance. I know you women have y'all little ailments and stuff like that. Get your Vicks and your backpack and your back braces and your antidotes, whatever you gotta do. But stay out that cold much as possible. Pay attention to your body. Think positive. And before we leave here, y'all, we're gonna put hashtag PNP. You can write it out if you want. Just make sure we always put it in the chat, throughout the chat. Everybody is charged with that task. Peace and positivity. Those will be two words that we run them into the ground, because they need to be ran into the ground, pulled back up, ran into the ground, pulled back up. Hashtag PNP. That way you ain't got to write it all out, but we know what it means. Somebody might come in the chat that don't know what it means, and that'll give us a perfect time to explain what it is to them, because we won't be able to show them exactly what peace is if we already all peaceful, and there's nothing to combat that. Sometimes you need negativity to be beat by our peace. But since we are all kind of on one accord here and we're not fighting the evils that are in the community, it'll give us a good opportunity to explain what PNP means. I love you guys again. Have a great night. Hashtag PNP. Peace and positivity, y'all. There is nothing better than it. There's nothing like it, because once you have it in yourself, for yourself, you can live it, you can exemplify it, and you can rest your head well at night. And that's something I take, you know what I mean? We're going to stay away from all the drama. If we stay just on positivity, poetry, little music of my own, we shouldn't have to deal with moderators, beef, none of that. And that's where we're going to stay. Much love, you ladies. See you soon. And obviously, because I missed yesterday, I said Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If ain't nothing wrong with me tomorrow, I'll be back up tomorrow with my regularly new schedule, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Thank you for joining Sean's Poetic channel. You have a great night.